Hey folks, here at OS Reviews. So recently I did a review on a smartwatch or a wearable device that instead of using a 3.5mm headphone jack, came with an included bundled headset that used a micro USB port for listening to audio. I thought this was a really interesting concept because I've never seen a pair of headphones operated using micro USB before. I never really thought about whether it would be possible, and I thought, well, if Apple is doing it with Lightning earphones, and if we have USB Type-C support audio by default, there's really no reason that something like an older micro USB port can't accept, audio signals. This means that this headphone has all the benefits of a Lightning headphone or a newer USB Type-C headphone brings. It's not using a traditional analog input, it's really using a digital signal that makes the sound quality cleaner and more crisp sounding, even if the drivers of the headphones themselves are not so impressive in this particular example, since they're really meant as a cheap freebie. But even with this digital technology, I could hear that the sound quality here compared to a very typical 3.5mm pair of headphones that might also sell for $1 or $2 was significantly better. So I really thought, well, maybe I can also use this with my other phones. So I tried plugging it into some Android devices as well as some Windows phones, and at last there is a difference there. So even though technically it plugs in and it works on some devices, on other phones they simply did not recognize it as an audio source, which makes me believe that it's still not it's not a feature that's universal on micro USB and older mini USBs. So for instance, I tried it with a Nexus 4. I plugged it in, made sure that the input was really snug and secure, and then turned the volume up, but all the music was still coming out from the phone speaker. So it's still a little disappointing that it doesn't work, it seems, with every single device. On other phones, a few occasional ones that I did try on, especially a tablet, which I was kind of surprised on, it's a generic one, it seemed to actually work, and audio came through and it was displaying the headphone signal on the very top, and it worked really well, as you would expect, and also left the traditional 3.5mm headphone jack open. More than anything, this is a cool proof of concept rather than a practical headset, since it seems a lot of software and drivers don't support it at a moment with most smartphones that even have micro USB. But there are a few that shows that this type of technology can be integrated in the form of a micro USB port, and I think that's pretty cool, especially since it's using an older form, an older standard port to try and do audio, which is a feature that we see now in newer devices like USB Type-C and Lightning. So anyways, guys, no, this doesn't work with every single Android phone under the sun, so unfortunately you can't and probably won't see these getting very popular in the coming days, but I still thought it was kind of an interesting device nonetheless. You can check out more details about these in the links below, but this has been just a quick video overview here at OS Reviews. These have been the Razoo micro USB based in-ear style headphones.